Hello from the United States Capitol. I'm Harriet Hageman, and I am glad to update you on the critical work happening in Washington, D.C. as we fight for Wyoming's interests and the future of our nation. I want to begin with the House Republican budget resolution I voted for this week, as I have received several calls about it. This resolution is a critical blueprint that lays out our fiscal priorities and jumpstarts the reconciliation process, which are two critical steps in fulfilling the commitments we made to you. This resolution enables us to pursue legislation that bolsters border security, boosts American energy production, reduces tax burdens, and trims the bloated bureaucracy. This bill ensures that the next step, which will be the actual reconciliation bill, turns your votes into real progress to build a stronger Wyoming and a more prosperous America. Committee work for the 119th Congress is well underway, and this week I chaired an oversight hearing of the Subcommittee on Water, Wildlife, and Fisheries. The purpose of this hearing was to address Endangered Species Act and Marine Mammal Protection Act reform in the context of the Supreme Court's recent decision overturning the 1984 Chevron decision. We called on experts to testify as to the problems with the ESA and MMPA and how numerous ambiguities have enabled the Fish and Wildlife Service and other agencies to ignore the original intent of these laws and to substantially expand agency power over land and water use in the United States. Such experts also identified ways in which we can be better legislative practitioners and write laws that are clear and concise, thereby avoiding agency and court interpretation altogether. The ultimate goal is to move forward with ESA and MMPA reforms that will help to protect endangered and threatened species, while also protecting our landowners, energy producers, water managers, and other industries. In short, Congress needs to step in to ensure that we are able to delist recovered species and that we implement common sense management techniques to balance the various interests involved with species and resource management. I believe that President Trump's executive order restoring the proper interpretation of the 14th Amendment to exclude the children of illegal aliens is not only constitutional, but a long time in the coming. That is why I was proud to support it through the filing of an amicus brief in response to the court challenges. This week, the Judiciary Committee heard further testimony on how the amendment's use of "and subject to the jurisdiction thereof" excludes children of illegal aliens. I discussed the fallout from our wrongful interpretation, which created a form of birth tourism leading to an industry to exploit our lax international surrogacy laws to rent American women as surrogates to carry and give birth to children for foreign nationals, the majority from adversarial nations like China. I'm also excited to share that I chaired the first official meeting of the Article 1 Task Force, which I'm leading this Congress to reclaim our legislative authority following the Supreme Court's overturning of Chevron deference. Operating under the Republican Study Committee, this task force is poised to lead the charge in curtailing the administrative state and strengthening Congress, ensuring that unelected bureaucrats no longer run roughshod over the American people. Lastly, as chair of the Anti-Woke Caucus, I led a legislative strategy session to explore how Congress can root out the woke agenda from the federal government through the budget reconciliation process. With reconciliation coming up, now is our chance to deliver the Republican trifecta's agenda, and we'd be failing our constituents if we didn't prioritize countering this destructive ideology. I'm eager to collaborate with my colleagues on this caucus to secure wins for sensibility, the Constitution, and hardworking Americans, a mission that you voted us in to accomplish. Thank you for your support. Together, we're pushing back against an overreaching federal government and standing strong for Wyoming. Stay informed by subscribing to my newsletter or following me on social media at Rep. Hageman. My office remains dedicated to serving you. Contact us at hageman.house.gov if you need assistance. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in your community soon.